Hello and welcome to another edition of the Touch a Cell show, and I am your host Toyin Adeshola. This time my co-hosts are not around, it's just me and my wonderful guest, and we'll be talking about a very interesting topic which we always hear a lot of myths about. But before then, if you're watching through YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. We know when you like, you get our information out there more. And if you're on Facebook, please share to your audience. And so I'll be discussing about what we're really going to talk about while I'm waiting for my guests to come on. And one of the challenges and myths we hear about sickle cell is that, oh, people don't live beyond a particular age. In fact, the common one is that you don't live beyond 21. I've been hearing that thing since I was small. First, it was 18. Then it became you don't live beyond the age of 21. But we realized that that has been a myth that has been pushed too much. But definitely, there are people who are living well into their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, and even their 80s or 90s. And it's an issue we're going to be celebrating and sharing with people who are 55 plus. And yours sincerely, I'm part of that gang, the 55 gang or 50 gang. and I'm going to be bringing on somebody who is also part of that gang, and we're going to be sharing our experiences and just encouraging people and pushing out better information about sickle cell and breaking those myths. And so today I'm going to be bringing, I hope we had a network issue, but I hope it's okay now. Hello, Shehu, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh my gosh, I still having network issues with you on your end. I don't know why. I can't hear you for some reason or the other. I'm really having issues. Wow. Have you tried making sure that you're connected to the audio of your device? Or maybe it's network because you have a bit fuzzy. I don't know. Oh gosh. Okay. I don't know what to do now. Sorry, guys. We just have some technical hitch. You know how it is. I will just take a break and see what we can do about this. I'll be back. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me try again. I hope I can. Can you try speaking again? Maybe it's better. I don't know. Are you wearing a headphone? Can you try removing it? I don't know why it is like this. Hmm. Oh boy, it's not coming on. I think it's your network. I think it's a network. All right, guys. I'm going to be just sharing until we can sort out this. Shay's network has gone off again, so um, yeah, we really have a challenge. But if anybody wants to share, I'll bring them on in the meantime. On if you're living with sickle cell and you want to share on living well, especially above 50, just share on the chat box on your Facebook, on your YouTube, and let's have some discourse while we are trying to sort out the technical issues we are facing. Um, that's a challenge with technology in these parts. We just have to battle and get things sorted out. Thank you. All right. So anybody watch anyway? Okay, what I'll do, I'll share my own experiences. As I said, I'm 55 plus, going to be 56 this year. And one thing I found out that there's a lot of myths surrounding sickle cell in terms of the fact that, oh, we don't live beyond a certain age. But the reality is, first of all, back then, there wasn't much known about sickle cell when all these myths came about. Healthcare was very poor, although it's still bad, but it was poor. So there was not enough support for people with sickle cell when it comes in terms of healthcare. And even family members, caregivers did not know enough to be able to take the child or whoever to the hospital. So there was always a lot of challenge of the person passing on before the age of a particular age. So that's why they dubbed it the fact that, oh, we don't live beyond 18 or beyond 21. But we've seen that one thing I've realized about living with sickle cell is that it's not about the age, it's about how well you take care of yourself and what you do, especially right from birth, what your caregiver does, then to where you're adult, what you do to yourself and how you manage yourself, and how, of course, the hospital or the doctors or the medical personnel manage your health. Because, of course, sickle cell has its own challenges. And if you don't know enough of what to do, when to do it, where to go to get the required help, there are challenges that will happen and will create that impression that people with sickle cell die before a particular age. I've realized that one thing I've said that there are only three basic things that can ever deal with somebody with sickle cell that make the person pass away, and that's ignorance on the part of the caregivers, that's the parents, ignorance on the part of the hospitals, the medical personnel, and even ignorance on the part of the person living with sickle cell of an adult age. And that is because sometimes we don't know enough of ourselves to be able to battle these issues surrounding sickle cell. One thing I've seen is that most times it also affects our mental state. And once we give up mentally, we already give up physically, and it also affects how our medication works, how we relate with the doctors. In these parts, we tend to believe, not that you don't want to believe the doctors, but we tend to put everything on one person's opinion or recommendation. Whereas abroad, when it comes to diagnosis, you'll always have the opportunity to get first opinion, second opinion in different medical, among different medical personnel. And you always need to have that e-patient attitude of being informed on what they are giving you. Like for me, I really knew when I was young, I had an allergy to a particular drug. And because I didn't know, I went into a coma. But by the time I realized that, I began to pay more attention to my body and what I'm allergic to. And with that, I'm always holding that to my chest as I go along to people and educate people on sickle cell and all that. That look, you need to ask your doctors, what is this medication for? What is this test for? And different things like that. So I'm going to try and bring out our guests. I do hope this issue is sorted out. We're having serious issues with the network and the sound. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know what's going on today, but I will try and work something out. Um, Hello, Shehu. I can seem to hear a voice. Hello, Shehu. Can you hear me now? Shehu, are you there? Hello. I think there's a delay. Yeah, your network seems to be giving poor feedback. But can you hear me? Can you say something?
Yes. Hello, Toyin. Yes, Toyin, I'm hearing you
Thank
very
you.
well.
Thank you. I am so sorry. I don't know
Yes.
what's happening
The
with
audio
network
is clear
today.
from my side. I'm hearing you.
Okay, great. I can hear you now.
Hello, Toyin. Yes, very well. I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Okay. All right. Great. I want to ask you, can you just give us a let me give
Yes,
you
I'm here. I'm hearing you.
okay. Thank you. I think there's a slight delay, but I'll
Um,
quickly
Hello,
introduce
Toyin.
you.
I'm seeing you and I'm hearing the audio from your side.
Yes. Okay, I can hear you too now. Thank you. All right. Shehu is a 55-year-old. Shehu Olaitan Mohammed, he is a 55-year-old warrior, a chartered accountant, and a fellow of the Institute of
Yeah.
Chartered
Oh,
Accountants of
sorry.
Nigeria.
And I'm hearing you very well.
Yeah. So he's a former general manager and chief financial officer at Daily Trust newspapers in Abuja, and is presently he runs an audit practice here in Abuja. He's happily married with children, and
Sure, I'm
he is
hearing you. Sure, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
yeah, and he's the
Yes, that's what I said.
author.
I'm hearing you very well.
Yeah, yeah, I
I'm
can
hearing
hear
you,
you.
Toyin.
Okay. All right.
So I'm
Okay.
hearing you very well. I,
Okay. Great. Oh gosh, he's gone off again. Oh Lord. I think there's a network issue. Oh boy. And it's creating a delay. Um I think he couldn't hear me. Maybe it's an old thing. Unfortunately, he's gone off again. Wow. This is one of those days. But as I was saying, when it comes to sickle cell, yes, we have a lot of complications, but it all depends um, on the challenges that we face and how informed we are. Because I know living with sickle cell this past 55 years, I've been able to gather enough information of what to do, what not to do. One of the most important things is a mental state. A lot of times we don't get to a point of acceptance. Once you're told you have sickle cell, there's this what I call grief delay uh, in 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 the in the way that you decide that okay, no, this is not me. I don't want anybody to know. I can't believe I have sickle cell, because at the when you're young, you don't most times you don't understand what's going on. You just think, oh, it's one of those things. But as you grow older, and then especially if you have parents who don't really give you that much information concerning your health, you begin to feel different. And if your parents are telling you this is what you are, and they don't tell you in a way that you'll understand, you begin to feel less less informed. You begin to feel less empowered about yourself and less knowledgeable. And then you now start thinking, woe is me, my life is ended. Oh, is this how my life is going to be? So those are the challenges we face. And I always tell people, once you get to that point of acceptance, you'll be able to live your life and move on, regardless of whether they said you're going to die before a particular age. Because a lot of times we tend to believe that, we tend to accept that. And the moment you start believing and accepting, you put your life on hold, and you now wait. I remember when I used to talk to people, we used to say that, oh, we are waiting for the 21. Then when 21 came and we found that we are still alive. And then they said, okay, it's another age. Then we found out we are still alive. And sometimes we get to that point that we are so waiting for what they said that we don't move on with their life and we don't achieve what we're supposed to achieve. So it's very important to keep ourselves mentally strong-willed, be informed about our health, be informed to the nitty-gritty. Everybody's experience with sickle cell is different. That's the truth of the matter. And the reality is that the more we are informed about our own personal well-being, the more empowered we are. And that means we have to get to a state of acceptance, not denial. I know we are afraid for stigmatization, but when we now keep denying the fact, no, I don't want anybody to know, no, I don't want to, I don't believe, I don't associate with the fact that I have sickle cell, I'm managing my health. Yes, you may be managing your health, but subconsciously and mentally, you are denying the fact that you have sickle cell. And there's nothing wrong with the fact that you have sickle cell. Sickle cell is one of many conditions in this mother earth that affects people. Everybody has one kind of challenge or the other. I've seen worse illness than sickle cell, and I say I don't have that capacity for. So it's you have to get to that point that, okay, this is who I am, this is what I want to, this is how I'm going to move my life forward to be able to achieve my dreams, achieve my education, achieve my work status, achieve whatever, my business, my career, whatever it is. It needs, you need to do that. Let me see if Shehu is back again. Network is dealing with us badly. Hello, Shehu. Hello, Shehu. Can you
My
hear me?
window.
Hi, Shehu. Oh, our time is fast gone today. uh, if you have any comments, just put it on the chat box on our Facebook and our YouTube. I'll read and I'll share. Or you have a question. I don't know what we're going to do about this network, but we'll try and get this show sorted out somehow. Although our time has fast spent. Shehu, can you hear me? Oh, yeah, his network is dealing with us. Dealing with us. Whoa. Oh. Okay. So, yeah, yeah, this network is really fast. It's causing a lot of delays. I don't know what to do. Shehu, if you can hear me, can you just say something? So sorry, guys. All right. But if you have any questions, I'll be able to answer it. What is the worst? Let me ask this question, and somebody should post it. What is the worst myth that you've had about sickle cell? What is the worst myth you've had about sickle cell? That you said that these people for real? They're telling me this. Um, okay. Yomi says, talking about allergies, are there some that are common with persons with sickle cell? I wouldn't say there are some that are common. Definitely, there are some allergies that people with sickle cell have that regular people have. It's just that because we already have that complication with sickle cell, sometimes it may seem worse. I know, like for me, I have something called GCSPD deficiency syndrome. Funny enough, it's said that it's more associated to men than with women, but I unfortunately have it, and what it does is it's something to do with the certain drugs or elements that you take. So because of that, it drops my blood level when I take certain drugs like anything with sulfonamides, aspirin, Buscopan and things like that. There's also the type of allergies that you get with general food allergies, gluten, lactose intolerance, and stuff like that. Then you have allergies that are to do with your skin, which people might not know, or the way what you're breathing in. But there's no defined allergies for sickle cell per se. One thing about allergies is affects people differently. So it's not restricted to sickle cell. It's just that with sickle cell, you have different complications that might occur with that. So it's just being aware of what are your triggers, and whether it's food, whether it's environment. I think that's the most important thing. But there's no specific one. One other thing, I won't call it an allergy, but it's an issue. It's called something called pica. It's I wouldn't really call it an allergy, but it's uh, you sometimes get it because you have a craving for certain things like chalk or sand or cement on the wall, and it just shows that there's a deficiency in some things, either it's vitamin D, zinc, or different things. So, but in terms of specific allergies to sickle cell, not that I know of. I think they're just general allergies that anybody can get, and maybe that person with sickle cell has it. Yeah, what's the worst myth with sickle cell that you've had? I don't know if you was back. Okay, let me try and make it. Shehu, unfortunately, I know you have to round up soon. I don't know why this network. We may have to repeat this show. I don't know why network is really, really, really bad with us today. uh,
I
uh,
sent a message to you.
oh, okay. All right.
Yes,
Thank.
yes. We may have to reschedule the program.
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
we have to truly reschedule. Thank you so much. It's one of those issues that we tend to go through, but thank you all the same. I know you're supposed to leave at a particular time, so I'll allow you to continue, and we will do this another time. Maybe we'll
Thank
join you with the next person in
Okay.
2 weeks' time. Thank you so
Please.
much. In the meantime, I will round up here and just answer some questions that have been posted. Thank you so much, Shehu.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate. So that time. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to go to them. Okay. uh, the worst thing that people who have sickle cell look like kwashiorkor. Yes, I think it is a myth that started when we were young. In those days, people they used to believe that people with sickle cell looked a particular way, big tummy, stunted growth, and all that. And that is mostly because when a child was growing up, did not give them the adequate health care or well-being, whether feeding and all that. And the person had repeated crises. So they always have this stunted growth, big belly. I remember when I was growing up, they used to call me calabash belly. that was what they used to call me when I was growing, because I had a big protein stomach, and I looked small. So I think it's a misconception. I remember I had the one of our in during the time when I started the NGO, there was a guy who does not look like the typical person living with sickle cell, which people believe. And the doctor he had to call me that the doctor didn't believe that he has sickle cell because he was tall, he had biceps and all that, and that he was in crisis, but the doctor didn't believe. So he had to call me to be able to speak to the doctor, since we are an NGO, to tell the doctor that yes, the guy lives with sickle cell, and that's because they have a perception of a certain type of people, that's how a person with sickle cell lives or is. But in reality, people with sickle cell can be tall, short, fat. I know somebody with sickle cell that is plump, and I know some that are tall. So it's everybody's experience with sickle cell, and it all starts from when that child was nurtured with the relevant drugs, relevant protein, food, care, and all that, and the fact that they don't fall into so many crises as they grow up. Because all this, of course, results in blocked blood vessels with several complications. And when there are several complications, all these other issues arise, including puberty, especially among girls. You don't grow as fast. Some of them don't grow as fast as, and you find parents getting worried. But no, all these are just phases in the life of somebody with sickle cell, and it's important that we just you know, live our life to the fullest. And that's all I'm going to say. Well, we're going to talk more on this next 2 weeks. That is on the 20, I believe 26th, 24th. Yes. So we'll talk more on this. I hope at least with some things I've shared, you realize that living with sickle cell, yes, it has its challenges, but you have to understand who you are, how you manage your health, and find the relevant support system in your healthcare. Go to hospital, know when to do your checkups and things like that. And don't listen to naysayers. There are sometimes what you believe of yourself is what would show up in the end. So don't listen to naysayers. Have a positive mindset, and all will be well. So with that, I will close and end this show. Thank you so much, everybody who managed to come in despite the challenges and stay on. We hope to be able to see you on the 24th as we discuss and have some more guests, plus Shehu to discuss on and this issue about 50 and over, living with sickle cell and thriving with sickle cell. So continue to thrive in your own areas of life, and God bless you. This has been a production of Sickle Cell Advocacy and Management Initiative, a non-profit focused on helping people with sickle cell live healthy and productive and positive lifestyles. Till next time, have a great day. Bye.